Welcome to Late Start Piano. My name is Josh. Today we're going to be going over variations of common chord progressions that you can use to help spice up your playing, help spice up your improvisation, and overall just have more fun at the piano. As I said in a lot of videos recently, I love classical music. I play from sheet music as well, but even more than that, I love to improvise and have fun on the piano. And that's what I try to teach people, especially if you're an adult who's never played piano, never taken piano lessons. I want you to have fun on the piano and also grow and learn at the same time. So that's what we're all about here. This video, I'm going to be talking about common chord progressions again that you can alter slightly by one or two notes, or maybe swap out one chord with another chord to completely change up the sound of what you're playing. So first of all, we'll just play a 1-5-6-4, very common chord progression. We'll just play everything in C major for simplicity's sake, and then we'll do a couple other ones. So here was just a basic 1-5-6-4 in C major. I think everybody's heard that. You've probably heard it more than once. So what we can do for that is, instead of playing a regular 4, we can play a minor 4. So in C major, that 4 chord is F major. So what we can do with that is just take this A and go down a half step, play a minor, F minor instead of F major. And as you will hear in a moment, that makes a huge difference. So here it is with that minor 4 chord. So it makes a pretty big difference, right? It really kind of darkens the mood, especially going from that 6, the A minor, down to the minor 4, because we're just moving this bass note down a half step and then moving the thumb up a half step. So it kind of has like, it almost sounds like Star Wars is some kind of like fighting music, really a lot of tension, right? We can also kind of vary it up and just play everything in root position. So there would be the 1. We can keep these inversions 5, 6, and then maybe do F minor like this. And that changes a couple things, because now we're just going down a half step in both directions. So we're going down to here to play the G, and then we're going from this F down to the E to resolve back to the C major. And that actually sounds even better to me than playing it in first inversion like this. I actually like it more in second inversion, that F minor. So one more time. So that's one thing you can do. You can just make that 4 chord, whatever you're in. Let's say we're in E major or E flat major. That E flat major, the 4 chord is normally A major, so we can make that minor and play an A minor instead and do the same thing. Here's a 1. This would be the 5, 6, minor 4, back to the 1. You can take that through any other key that you want. Just something else to help you get a little more spice, a little bit more interesting chords as you play. Next one we can do is we can play a major 3. So major 3 chords I love. I've talked about this quite a bit. So what we can do for this one is we'll do a 6. Then we can do maybe a 2. Then a major 3. 4. And 1. Right, so we can do 6, back in C major. Here comes a 2, major 3, and then the major 4. And if you just were to play that regular, it would sound like this. Here's a 6. That 2 chord. Here's with that minor 3. Major 4. So again, it sounds a lot different when you play that major 3 in there as well. So major 3, I just made a whole video about this. If you go back my last 1 or maybe 2 videos ago, it was titled Improvisation Trick Stolen from the Beatles. I talked about how they used this in the song Yesterday. And I also talked about how they used it in the intro to Something. There's that flat major 3. So if you haven't seen that, you can go check out that video as well. But that's the minor 4 and the major 3 variations when we're talking about that major scale and how we can switch up some of those chords. So another thing that we can do is we can play a flat major 7. So in C major again, that 7 is normally B, and it's normally a B diminished, right? That resolves back to that C major. So what we can do instead is we can flatten it. So instead of playing a B, we're going to play a B flat. And we can also make that major. So instead of just B diminished, we can do a B flat major. And all we're doing in this case is just lowering that B to a B flat, and the other 2 notes stayed the exact same. So for this one, let's try something different. Let's try maybe 1, 4, 6, flat 7, back to the 1. So I don't know what that'll sound like, but let's find out. Here's the 1. Then we said the 4. Then that flat 7. Then maybe do 6. So it sounds okay. It doesn't really sound to go together very well with those chords. Let's try something else. Let's try 4, flat 7, 6, 1 maybe. So here's the 4, flat 7, 6, and the 1. Right, but that's another variation. A lot of people use that flat 7 major. That way you get another chord, right? Because if you're just playing C major and you do something real simple like this, and then you want to play a B chord, it sounds rough because you're playing that diminished chord and it kind of pops out unexpected. So what people do to get around that is they just flatten it and play a major 7. So let's try like a 1, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. Let's see what that sounds like. 1, 5, 6. Here comes the flat 7. 1. With that major 7. So that's interesting as well. That one isn't as easy to implement into common chord progressions. I think the minor 4 sounds the best. Maybe not the best, but it's the most easiest to change up. So if we had that 1, 5, 6, 4, what you can also do is go to that minor, or go to the major and then go to the minor back to the 1. So you can do something like 1. Here comes the 5. We can do a major 4, then a minor 4, and then a 1. And that's really good chromatic movement, right? Chromatic meaning just playing notes right next to each other. So we can do the 1, 5, major 4, minor 4, back to 1. Minor 4, I feel like, is very easy for you to hear in songs as well. A lot of people use this minor 4. It sounds so good. It doesn't matter what key you're in. Again, let's say we're in D major. And we want to do that 1, 5, 4, minor 4 progression. So we have the 1, 4, minor 4, 1. Alright, let's say we want to take that in, let's say we want to do something weird like A flat major, okay? So we're in A flat major now. And we want to take that 1, 5, 4, minor 4 progression. So here's the 1. Here's the 5. Here's the 4. Minor 4. Back to the 1. So a few different options for you there. Again, you can't really go wrong, but I would encourage you to try to think about different chords that you can use, how you can alter those chords in your progression to make them sound a little bit more interesting. Look for that chromatic movement. Like I was talking about before, very pleasing to the ears when you can do that effectively, when you do that well. So any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. I am offering piano lessons right now via Zoom. Just drop a comment down below. We can set up a day and a time that works best for you. I also have a free PDF. Link to that is in the description. It helps the adults have fun with the piano. If you're starting late with the piano, it helps you have fun and get as good as possible in the least amount of time possible. Again, that's completely free. Just click on that link down below. My name is Josh, and have a great rest of your day.